Alright, shalom, shalom. Peace, Israel. It's Brother Yaquab from the Camp Prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do indeed teach and well, and peace and citation to the hopeful less scattered abroad. Today's lesson, as you can see, from the cover photo that's on the screen, alright, it say Cubans for Trump, right? Alright, but I just seen earlier in the day where Trump just signed an executive order to now start to go after you Cubans, man. Okay? See, you Israelites, you keep putting your enemies over you, thinking that your enemy is gonna save you, and you're not seeking Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi, man. Alright? You got these Israelites that's not even considering Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi. They're just looking at really what's in front of them. Alright, and going off of that. Okay, and what's in front of them meaning concerning, the presidential race. All they see is Trump and Kamala Harris, man. All right, and they feel like these 2/3 of these jakes that are living in this world, they feel like they have to vote, man. When you got brothers right here serving Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi, brothers didn't put in no vote, man. We let the Lord do His thing. We let the Lord work it out because everything is gonna work out according to the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi and according to prophecy, man. All right, so I'm gonna grab this. All right, in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 15, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy power shall choose. Right, and when we would have a king over us, especially back in ancient times, man, we wouldn't have a heathen over us, man. All right, we wouldn't be putting an Edomite or our enemy above us, man. No, the Lord would have an Israelite ruling, man. All right, the best example you have too is King David. Okay. The Lord is not going to set over us a king that is a heathen who doesn't have our best interest, man. Someone who's going to, destroy us as a nation of people. All right. And you have the perfect example too. Even now, how even how the presidential race is set up now. You don't see Esau putting no Jake up there in the president's seat, man. All right. And a lot of Jakes will be like, well, we had Obama. We had a Jake. We had a black person in office, man. Obama is a Hamite, man. All right, Hamites are not Israelites. Okay, so you've never had an Israelite in the seat of a president here in Babylon, man. Okay, and you see now these Cubans. First it was you so-called Mexicans, or you Issacharites, but now we have those from the tribe of Manasseh. All right, get in that work too, man. They're about to get deported. All right, and it's not going to stop there. It's eventually going to go to the Levites as well, right, which is you so-called Haitians, okay? And I remember a brother just did a video not that long ago that was going into it saying about how you have a whole bunch of these other nations here. You got the Chinese, the Arabs. You have people that actually threaten the safety of America, that threaten the safety of American people. And what are they doing? They're still residing here, good, free, carefree, not a care in the world, man. All right, and Trump ain't going after those people, but he's coming after you Israelites, man. All right, which just goes to show that we're still under the curses. Which goes to show that, hey, great judgment is going to take place for you Israelites here in the land of America, man. Okay, it says, one from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Right, so you got to set an Israelite over you, man. All right, not heathens, man. You got Israelites voting heathens in to rule over them, man. Okay. And you would think that Cuba, these Cubans, so-called, will understand who Trump is. You would think that they will understand who Trump is because the Cubans just lost their land to democracy, with a Democrat ruling over them. All right, now they put Trump in there as well, and he's doing the same thing to y'all. You see, the Cubans thought the so-called Cubans thought they were good. All right, because Trump was going after the so-called Mexicans. Okay, he was getting them out of here, but now he's coming after you. And ultimately, he's going to go after all you Israelites, man. It's not just for the so-called Cubans, okay? But primarily for them now because Trump is on y'all case now, man. All right, and you got a whole bunch of Cubans, saying, go Trump. They want Trump in the office. They want Trump in the seat. You see, and now your own actions are coming back to bite you, man. It says, thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. All right, the Lord said not to set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother, man. And what did most of you Israelites do? You set a stranger over you, man. completely going against the scriptures of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, completely going against the ways, of Israel, man. All right, of our laws. This is how we're supposed to live. Okay, and you got Israelites themselves saying, "Well, to hell with that. To hell with what we used to do. We're gonna do what we want to do, man." People are in that do as thou wilt spirit, man, trusting in their enemy. All right. In Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 22, it says, "For my people are foolish; they have not known me. They are sottish children." Our people are sottish, man. Are sottish. They're stupid. They're dumb. They're docile now, man. Our people have been beaten to submission so much and through so many different captivities that they're putting enemies over them that they don't understand what they're doing is wrong. Okay, they think that that's the right thing, man. They want Trump over them. No, they want an oppressor over them. They want someone to rule them. All right, but these people don't consider having Yahweh Bashim Yahushai rule them, man. These people don't consider choosing the Lord. Okay, it says they are sottish children and they have none understanding. These people don't have understanding, man. You got a lot of people just doing what the flesh tells them to do. All right, and a lot of you Cubans, y'all see who was running for the race. Y'all see who was running for the race and said, "Man, we're gonna go with Trump. Trump is gonna be for us. We're gonna go with Trump." And now here you have it. Trump is still coming down on these so-called Mexicans, all right, with ICE, all right. But now he's coming after you Cubans, man. You so-called Cubans, all right. Which both of those nations of people are Israelites, man. The so-called Mexicans are Issacharites. They're from the tribe of Issachar, and you Cubans are from the tribe of Manasseh, man. Okay. So Trump, he coming after you Israelites. He not coming after Moab. He not coming after you East Indians, man. All right, he not coming after none of those people. He wants the Israelites, man. All right, which goes to show you that we are the Lord's true chosen people. All right, we're the Lord's true chosen people. These devils keep coming after Israelites, after Jake. Okay, he not coming after everybody else, man. Which just goes to show you that, hey, you Jakes are in sin, man. All right, Jakes our people are living wrong. And even through the plagues that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to send, through everything that the Lord do, our people still aren't going to consider, man. They still aren't going to consider their ways or consider that they're doing evil, all right, for the things that they're doing. Okay, so, and you see, Jake is still going to be wicked until the nukes drop. Jake still ain't going to understand what they're doing is wrong, understanding that they're in sin all the way, or return from their wickedness all the way until those nukes drop, man. Okay? Which is a sad thing, but it's also beautiful, man, because after those nukes, Jake gonna be reborn through the elect's loins in the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the kingdom of heaven, and be in their right mind. Okay? It says they are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Right? So Jake is wise to do evil. When it comes to something against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and Jake all for it. Jake is all for it. 144% for wickedness, man. Jake is all for it. But when it comes to do good for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Jake act like they don't know what's going on. Jake act like they don't know how to do any type of good, man. All right? Which is going to be to their own downfall, their own demise, man. All right, see, because the Lord ain't playing that. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is not playing that, man. And now you Jakes are starting to feel it. All right? It was cool to some people. They were laughing that that our brethren were getting deported and getting sent back to their land, and this isn't even Esau's land, man. He got his land by rape, robbery, and bloodshed, man. And what did the scriptures say about that? The land is not going to be cleansed by the blood of them who shed it. So Esau's blood got to be shed here for this land to be cleansed, man. Roughly paraphrasing. But Esau's blood is going to have to be shed here for this land to be cleansed, man. Too many Israelite blood was shed here in the land of America. All right, Esau came and stole this land from our brethren, you so-called Native American Indians, man. Okay, which are Israelites too as well. All right, said, but to do good they have no knowledge, man. Jake just going with that do as thou wilt spirit. All right, not understanding that they're doing evil, man. Not understanding that, there's a way you're supposed to live with laws, statutes, and commandments. There's a way you're supposed to do things. All right, not just according to society, man. According to this day and age, man. We have laws, statutes, and commandments as Israelites, man. And now you Jakes are starting to see the recompense of your actions. In Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 2, a fool hath no delight in understanding, right? You Jakes don't, a lot of our people, man, are fools. All right, they don't have any delight in understanding, man. Jake don't. A lot of Jake will tell you, hey, you know, if you're gonna, they have a saying really in the world, like if you're gonna tell a Jake something, and it's something that's for his betterment, he don't want to hear it. Jake he ain't gonna want to hear it. He gonna, hey. He's like, hey man, going on with all that philosophies and shit. You know, that's how Jake be. You trying to tell Jake something for his betterment? Hey man, going on with all that. Hey, I ain't trying to hear that, man. You know. Like Jake's always like, you always trying to be a philosopher, you always trying to be a preacher, you know. Jake don't want to hear, you know, something good for their benefit. All right. It says, but his heart may discover itself, right? Jake's gonna go let yourselves be known by your heart, man, by your words, your actions, your choices. All right, the way you move. All right, you got a lot of these Jakes really starting to feel the recompense of their actions, man. Hey Trump, hey, this devil ain't playing, man. This is Nero back again. All right, this is Nero back again, and this devil, he's gonna do it. He's doing it right now, and as the scripture saying, Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Right? You're never supposed to trust your enemy, man. For like iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Okay. You got, you know, if you have an iron and metal chain, and you clean it, that rust may be gone, but it's not altogether wiped away. That rust is still there. It's gonna come back. It might look clean. It might look like, oh, okay, yeah, it's all good, but it's gonna come back, man. Okay, and that's the whole point. These devils can smile in your face, and act like they're for you. You know, they love you, Jakes, and they care for you. The whole time they're trying to stab you in your back, man. All right, that thought is still in the back of their head. I want to kill them. You know, and the scripture said this devil is not these devils are not satisfied with blood. All right, they want to erase you Jakes and you Israelites as a whole altogether, man. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Right, like we said, these devils, they humble themselves. You know, they act like they're just all holy. You know, but it says, yet take good heed and beware of him. So the scripture say, beware of him, man. When you beware of something, you have to be cautious of something, man. Be cautious of these devils. Be cautious of these heathens, man. It says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. You can see straight through this devil, man. All right, the Lord has given us the ability and the power to understand and see these things. You know, since brothers have received the knowledge of the truth, you know, we see through these devils, man. A lot of these devils, you know, they're smiling in your face, but their spirit have that feeling like they want to take you out. They want to kill you, man. It says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his wrath have not been altogether wiped away. Right, that hatred, you know, has not all been together wiped away. It's still there. That hatred is still there. These devils just do a good job at covering up, at wiping away the rust that's on top. You know, but they still got that rust that's they wiped away that rust that's on the top of the chain. But what's underneath that chain, man? You know, it's a whole bunch of rust still right there, waiting to spread, waiting to come out at the right time, the right moment, man. All right. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up like in thy place. All right. It says, neither let him sit at thy right hand. It says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked there. We're right. So a lot of you Jakes, we were, you know, you have brothers prophesying, tell you not to set this devil over you, you know, and you're not understanding, you know. So now you're being pricked with these words. At the last, you remember in the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're being pricked, man. Okay. It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such come now wild beast? So who's gonna pity you, Jakes, man? You know, we warned you, Jakes. We told you, Jakes, not to trust your enemy, and you Jakes still did, man. All right, so now you Jakes are gonna have to feel the recompense, you know, for your actions, man. You know, but I just want to touch up on that really quick, man. You know, Trump, this devil, he's doing it, man. He's getting busy. All right, and it's not just gonna be with the so-called Hispanics. All right, it's gonna come towards you Levites, which is so-called Haitians. You know, the Islanders. You know, those of the West Indies and things and so on and so forth, man. So with that, I'd like to give our glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rcha HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do indeed teach him well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful that scattered abroad. Till next time, I do say shalom and a Bible ball soon.